selling to get customers. We all do it. Everybody's a salesman at some point in their life, whether you're selling a product or you're selling a service or you're trying to sell yourself to the customer. You're always a seller. When you're in business, you're always trying to sell something to somebody, okay? I always used to think that I was right. And no matter what decisions I made, they were the right ones. And it took me years to get over that. What was happening was I always felt that every decision that I made was the absolute right decision. And I'll give you an example. I could have a Mosquito police customer that wasn't happy with our service for whatever reason. And I used to go out to the property, visit the property, and not find any mosquitoes. So then I didn't call her a liar. I just simply said, hey, I'm here. Where are the mosquitoes you're complaining about? Because there's nothing here. Well, then it would upset the customer. And at the end of the day, if over the lifetime of that customer, they're, say, a $2,000 or $6,000 customer, at the end of the day, I get into an argument with the customer over it when I could have just went there, did a respray, and apologized and went on my way. I used to draw a line in the sand all the time. I don't do that anymore because it's not worth it for me when I could have done a $20 respray and fixed the problem right there. But instead, I drew the line in the sand and said, there's no mosquitoes here. I'm not going to respray you. So what did the customer do? They quit. So I got in my own way. I caused that. Those were my actions that I did that. I stood in the way of progress and of our growth. And I did that for years until I learned it just isn't worth it to do that. So you got to get better at sales, whatever you're doing, guys. And when it's not just the sale of the customer, it's taking care of the customer after the sale. That's a huge part of what you're doing because you want those return customers to come back year after year after year. You want that residual income. You don't want to have to go searching for new customers every year. So don't be so headstrong and make your opinion, it's my way or the highway. Just stop and think about what's best for the business. Swallow a little bit of pride sometimes. It pays off in the end. Customers aren't just going to magically come to you. You have to market to get them. You got to work to get them. So once you get them, work even harder to keep them because it costs a lot of money to get new clients. That's my advice.